You know, I set it for horizontal orientation, and then it goes sideways on me. So I had to try about 6 times to get it to accept the horizontal. Okay, let me get you guys in my ear. I'm trying a new chat bot today. And I'm sure all my West Coast people are probably still sleeping because it's 3:41 a.m. there, I think. 6543. Yes. So hopefully my East Coast people will join me. And Benji, where's Benji? Hi, bud. He's like right there. Let me fix the garbage. And we'll be out of here. We're a little late getting started this morning. I got my CB hooked up, so you see that's the mic cord. I got a new mic cord on it because the other one was so stretched out. Good morning, Amy. You're up early. It's early on the West Coast. I heard you in my ear. Trying a new chat bot. Oh. Okay, let's get out of here and run for North Carolina. That's where we're headed to today. You gonna drive? Who's gonna drive? Somebody better drive. Let's flip you around. Let's get out of here. Let's change this to live chat. Yes. So the chat bot is working. I tell you what, I get so mad at YouTube. Trying to go live on my phone, I select horizontal orientation, and then it goes sideways. But after about 6 tries, you can't drive? Okay, I'll drive. I'll do it. I don't have any problem driving. Oh, Meridian, she used to drive for us, but she's gone now. Okay. And I can hear you. That's the good part. My new chat, it's like chat to, I'm using AI to read the chat to me in my earpiece, my Bluetooth. Let's get out of here. We are at let's roll up the windows. We are at the Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania Crete Terminal. Crete, Schaefer, and Hunt are the 3 companies. And we are headed to somewhere in North Carolina tonight. And Benji, he's going to lay right next to me so that I can reach down and give him scratches. He likes that. Okay. Let's get out of here. Ooh, get back down to 5 miles an hour, Dana. We got a 5 mile an hour. Oh, great. I gotta fix the tablet. So we'll stop up here and I'll fix the tablet. Everything's malfunctioning this morning, not just YouTube. I think YouTube is contagious. Have you been crocheting, Amy? I haven't been crocheting since I got back out on the road a couple weeks ago, and I need to get on it. I need to pull over up here and fix my tablet. You know what? I used L.O.C this morning to take a bath. I needed a bath. It was a sweaty night. It's humid here. I mean, all these cars... Oh, I'm sorry. All these cars in front of me, they're all wet. The grass soaked through, walking through the grass to walk Benji soaked through my shoes. It's just humid here. I'm not a fan of all this humidity. I mean, Oregon gets a little humid. I mean, the first time I went back to Oregon after living in Colorado, man, I sweated. I just felt like it was so humid. I gotta fix my tablet here, and then, okay, let's fix this. Come on. My current trip. Current trip. I got no active trip here. Well, that's just lovely. Let's restart this sucker. I didn't realize this guy was behind me. Okay, I gotta restart my tablet because it's not working. It doesn't think I'm on any load. You're not a truck driver. You're not delivering any load in the morning. Hi, bud. Hi. Yeah, we're on our way. We just need to go park. We need to get up and move really early in the morning because this needs to be dropped by 7 a.m. So we gotta get there pretty early. We gotta leave about 5:30 tomorrow morning. Oh, let me tell you about the time I flew into Qatar. My husband was a military contractor, and he was working in Qatar, and I went there to live with him, to stay with him. Qatar was pretty much our honeymoon, which was nice. Qatar is a beautiful place. I really enjoyed that. But I got off the plane at 6 a.m. I'm going to swipe this. Here we go. Okay, we're rolling. And I felt like, have you ever walked into a sauna? You know, where they pour water all over the rocks? I hate saunas. I hate the way they feel. I can't stand that wet heat. And that is exactly what hit me in the face, because we just had stairs going down to the tarmac, and then you walk into the building from there. And my husband was watching me. He said he was afraid that when that wet heat hit me in the face, that I was going to turn around and just get right back on the plane. But I didn't. I was like, whoa, this is going to be rough. We had 9 air conditioners in our apartment. 9. Oh, I'm going to get over here. And I need to shut off my hazards. The guy behind me probably thinks I'm an idiot. Well, he wouldn't be far off. So, yeah. That's what it's like living in Qatar. I can get myself logged in here. Yeah, we'll see. My current trip. Something's not working. Oh no, it's right there in the Persian Gulf. It is humid. Oh, it still shows I don't have an active trip. That's just lovely. Okay, I don't care. We'll worry about it later. Let's just get on down the road today. I'm cooking another roast. It's in the pan, slow cooking. We'll stop in about an hour to check that and see if I can get my stupid tablet to work. What would inspire you to crochet, Amy? Wool thread paint. might look up wool thread paint. I don't know if those kind of blankets inspire you. I think they're beautiful. Sophie's Garden, Sophie's Universe, Hooked on Sunshine. I don't know if those things would inspire you. It's Market Bag Month. We're Market Bags this month. That's our crochet along theme this month. And you know what? I have been watching different videos on how people crochet around zippers, so that when they're done crocheting and they close up the bottom, that it's a zipper bag.
On the right.
You don't have to line it or anything. Maybe next month's theme will be zipper bags. You could do them in red, white, and blue. In a, you could do Apache tears. I'm not doing a zipper bag the way Tina does it. I'm not doing that embroidery chain stitch. I'm using the steel hook to get the yarn around the zipper. Maybe a vest, because I'm working on designing a vest, but it'll be a while before I actually have a printed pattern available. That is going to go to, we need South, 81 South Chambersburg. Here we go. I'll probably go through the worst way station in the country, where I sat for 5 minutes having an argument with a DOT officer about whether or not I should roll forward on a red light or not. I decided I should not, and she freaked out. Maybe I need to call your safety officer and have you retrained. I said, let's do that. She didn't like my answer.
On the right to I-81 South toward Chambersburg.
Chambersburg. Let's go. Let's go. Like hats. Did you do the MJ's off the hook, that mosaic hat that we did in January, or it was like December, January we did hats? That's a cute hat. Oh my goodness. Are you doing like chemo hats or winter hats? I really like that hat of MJ's. One of my favorites. And I loved using that prism, the prism with the mellow spun yarn. Actually, I liked doing the prism yarn with the Anthem DK from Robin. I really liked that. In fact, that's my favorite hat, probably because it's burgundy and teal. You know. Yes, so that MJ's off the hook is called Autumn's Charm, is the name of the pattern. And I made 2 hats out of that. That was fun. Oh, it's 55 through here. We got construction. Okay. We have 406 miles to go to the mini market. Hi, Janice. Oh, we're tipping. We're tipping. Mama Sue's here. Oh, Niles, you're just always thinking with your stomach. Yeah, so the the Autumn's Charm, that's done with a prisms a 3-way, and then also a 3-way solid acrylic. So if you've got a 3-way solid acrylic, you can pair that with the prism and do that Autumn's Charm hat. I don't know if that lights any fires for you. We're trying to get, ladies, Amy's Crojo back. We're trying to get her excited. And she's mostly doing hats right now, winter hats for charity. Throw up the names of some really great hat patterns, like something exciting. Like that Autumn's Charm from MJ's Off the Hook. That's the one that comes to mind for me. What are your favorite winter hat patterns? This stupid thing is... Rawr. Let's see what I can do here. I think I can fix this since we're going so slow. To find something better. I need a better dash mount for these lives, but I don't know what to do because this squid mount, it just comes loose. I mean, I wrap it around. Let's get this like this. It's so irritating. Oh! Good thing we're in construction and going slow, because this is killing me. Ugh. YouTube already irritated me this morning, because it's so hard to get it to accept the horizontal orientation. Just shoving napkins behind it. And it's not helping. Whatever. It's gonna be crooked. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can get over these guys. There we go. Yeah, you thought you were gonna fly around me, and then you saw those guys on the side of the road. I tell you, some of these people out here, they do not have their heads up. It's irritating me so bad. Okay. It's better. It's better. So what kind of hat patterns, ladies? Or, you know, maybe mittens. There's some really cute mitten patterns out there. And scarves. Oh, you could do some really cute scarves. Some wraps. I'll tell you what. Niles, you're not making me happy here. Okay. It's just a mess. A bucket hat. What is BMO? I have no idea what that means. I have to pull over and fix this because it's killing me. When we get to that TA, I'm pulling over. And while I'm there, I'm going to flip the roast over and let it finish. It's going to be a slow start this morning. What is... I don't know what BMO is. Oh, okay, so what do they do? I know of a charity in Colorado that is kind of loosely connected to the Mountain States Children's Home. I think that's going to become my new charity because Mountain States doesn't have a lot of use for like the blankets that we sent them, except for, oh, okay, I've heard of K&K Crochet. Except for what they did with some of those blankets, some of those kids wanted, but not all the kids. So they have an annual like charity auction, and they paired those blankets with some other items like in baskets or something, and they auctioned those off. And that was a great way for them to earn money for their charity. Okay, I am looking for the TA. Where is the TA? We need to pull over and fix this. This is not working. We gotta be solid here. And I need to turn the roast. Oh, well, that's cool. I like that. I think you could have a good time, you know, doing a dive into, why is this guy doing, oh, I guess because it's 55 miles an hour through here, and I keep trying to run right up on his rear end. I think you could have a good time doing hats. Now I'm getting an idea. Now I'm getting an idea for this fall. Oh yeah. I might do the baskets. I might do baskets next month. And then in October we could do hats, and we could benefit charities like that one. And we could benefit that one in Colorado that I've been looking into. I need to call them. They might just want dishcloths. You could have so much fun with these things. 2025 hats. I think that's a fun thing to get that many hats. I need to try to call that one charity in Colorado again. I might talk about that later. But K&K Crochet 2025 hats. You could have so much fun going down a rabbit hole, you know, finding patterns that really kind of, you know, get you excited, get you a little emotional about the colors and the design, and, you know, do something fun. And I think the great thing about, you know, sending hats to charity is you don't have to worry so much about, you know, you can do, let's say, the Autumn's Charm pattern. And maybe one particular hat, it doesn't fit you, but it's going to fit somebody there. So then you try it again with a different, let's say you go up a hook size, but go down a hat size in the pattern. Then you get a completely different sized hat for the next one. Ooh, see, I'm getting excited. I'm getting really excited about that. And there are some gorgeous hats out there. There's, I think Brianna Kay has probably done a wheat stitch hat. I'm not positive. She's been doing a lot of stuff with the wheat stitch the last couple months. So I'm pretty sure she's done a hat with that. And of course, Blue Star Crochet and Hand Jam Crochet. I know they've got some great hats. I think you could have a lot of fun. I mean, you're an experienced crocheter. I think you could, you know, enjoy. That's where my shawl went last year. I love that. I love that that's where Robin's shawl went. Poor Robin. she texted me something last night. Now, I'm on the East Coast. She's on the West Coast. And so I was already in bed when she texted me, but I get up, and at 5 a.m. this morning, I'm answering her text. And then I realize it's 3 a.m. in Spokane. So I'm sure she's a little miffed with me this morning. Sorry, Robin. I think I just fixed it. Oh, I think I just fixed it. Oh, that is great. It's a little wiggly, but so's the road. Whew, I like it. I like it. But we do need to find a rest area or something. There's a rest area. 1 mile, because I want to flip that bead over. But that looks good. Finally got the phone figured out. I am in Pennsylvania. We can shut that off. I am in Pennsylvania, heading south. I'm heading to North Carolina. And my friend Wanda, Crochet Done My Way, Wanda, she left yesterday because she's from North Carolina and she's headed to Oregon. Now I need to get to Oregon. I've got a credit card waiting for me there, and I've got a debit card waiting for me in Idaho. So hopefully they're sending me west after this load. Oh, here's a rest area. Let's get going here. Looks like it's pretty full, but I just need to flip that meat over. Ooh, it's full. Denisha, good morning. Good morning. So I'm asking everybody to suggest designers or patterns of hats, and let's include shawls, to help Amy get her Crojo back. I was talking about that Autumn's Charm hat of MJ's Off the Hook. Niles. Niles is just rude to point that out publicly. Okay. Let's go in the sleeper berth. Let's turn you guys around. Yeah. Do you make shawl? I know you do blankets. Let's go in the sleeper berth. And let's see if I can get this stupid tablet to work. Oh, there's my... There. It's working now. Okay. We just had to pull over and fix it. Navigate. There we go. I'm looking a little stringy. Well, I was thinking of something that wasn't as quick as those usually are. Like, you know, something a little more exciting. Something outside of, you know, the normal. Ooh, okay, another hour. That roast should be done. What do you think, Benji? Does it smell good? Let's go for another hour, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Okay. One more hour. How am I doing on coffee here? I'm going to put the wallet back in my pocket. Beep, beep. Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of designers like HandJan, There's some shells over at Hooked on Sunshine. I think Helen Shrimpton has some great ones. Something exciting. And hats. I like the idea of those that charity that you're talking about, Amy. Sorry, I'm spacing off. I just went down a rabbit hole, and you guys witnessed that. Blank. Yeah? I heard she kind of made that up as she went along. That's what people were telling me behind the scenes. I was happy, though. I was really proud of Crystal for doing something in the intermediate realm. And it's a beautiful, that is a beautiful shawl. Was that last year or the year before? That was really gorgeous. Okay, coffee. Second cup of coffee time. That was gorgeous. And of course, I don't follow Juan at all. But Crystal, yeah. Did you try that shawl, Amy? That she did that crochet that shawl along? I was pretty impressed. And it was beautiful. The pictures I saw of it, it was gorgeous. You're right about that, Tanisha. And when you said fiber, did you mean fiber spider? I like Craig. Yes, it was gorgeous. Oh, I didn't say that. I just don't follow him. I don't get anything out of his channel. It's like, you know, I'm not subscribed to Crystal. I like Crystal. But except for that shawl, I really didn't find, you know, I don't find anything that I get excited about. So, I mean, I did for a while when I was first getting back into crochet. Crystal was great. It was wonderful. Crystal, I did that chicken hot pad. Oh my goodness. That was good for a beginner. Yeah, I'm not being disparaging on any of these people. I don't find what I get excited about, what I get emotional about on their channels. So others do. A lot of people do, and that's great. I just feel like, I'm just really into a lot of these other designers. This one, Wool Thread Paint. Wool Thread Paint is the name of the website. Oh my goodness, she's got some cute stuff, and I like supporting these little lesser known designers. You know, I love them. You know, that's where I get excited. I know. Oh, I get that, Denisha. What I'm getting at is Amy's lost her Crojo, and I would love to see her kind of get her eyes on some of these other patterns, and maybe something will excite her. Maybe something will get her juices flowing, you know. That's all I'm doing. No, not everybody wants a intermediate pattern. I get that. Let me turn you around. I get excited about intermediate patterns, but like my next video is going to be all about beginners. It's all for the beginners. And yeah, I don't cater to beginners as much as a lot of these big channels. Yes, there are. A lot of these big channels, they cater to beginners because that's where the money is. they get more views, they get more sales, all that kind of stuff. And that's really the base of Crystal's, you know, whole community, which I'm not criticizing that. I think, you know, it's great that beginners have all these options. Okay, say the name of the yarn again. Parcel and bow. That kind of went through one ear and out the other. Something parcel and bow. Okay, is that the name of the yarn company?
Continue on the current road.
Oh, good for her. See, and I love to hear that. I love that she's branching out. Variegated. Okay, cool. I love that she's branching out. And I was saying, you know, 10 years ago to her, I told her, I said, I know you can do more intermediate stuff, and I would love to see you do it, because I know she's capable. But I also think that she's a little afraid of upsetting her insurance. Okay. I think I've heard her say she doesn't want to upset, you know, her community. She has a huge community who really like the level of crochet that she's been, you know, really giving them a lot of over the years. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to upset my core community either. But I love that she's doing more intermediate stuff. Oh, the key, yeah, you know, she has dealt with some real nastiness in the past, and I feel for her because, you know, Crystal being who she is, she feels that really deeply. I know, I've been there, I've felt it pretty deeply, and I've had to grow a little bit of a thick skin and just move on with my life. But she really feels that stuff deeply, and she has had it worse than anybody I've seen. I've seen people in our own, you know, people we're really familiar with get into her lives and just trash her. Yeah. She doesn't deserve to be trashed, that's for sure. She is a sweet, sweet lady. I got told a week or so ago that I'm delusional. It's okay. That's the worst I've dealt with in a long time, is someone telling me that I'm delusional. Sometimes she does what? I'm not sure what thing I said you were referring to, because of there's probably a delay between what I'm saying and your response. I think Crystal is as sweet as they get, and I think she provides a lot of value to crocheters. A ton of value. There's always something new. You can always, in fact, Robin and I were just, oh yeah, she has dealt with a lot. Yes. Robin and I were just talking about her yesterday. Robin's looking at doing a bag-a-day pattern. Yeah. Well, and I think, like the one person that I'm thinking of that's kind of, well, I think she's kind of dropped out. I haven't seen her. She hasn't come up on my feed in a long time, but that person I think was dealing with some mental illness too. Oh yeah, well, and I think that's part of Crystal's personality. I don't think, like I've done it. I've caused my own drama by reacting to things when I shouldn't have. I should have just shut my mouth and walked away. But it was hard. I mean, those scars run deep. That pain runs deep. Some of the things that I was reacting to, oh boy, and I didn't react well. But, so I can't criticize her for causing drama. I can't. Well, the person I'm thinking of that was just slamming, this was before Crystal reached 1 million. The person I'm thinking of who was just slamming Crystal, that person has mental illness. And I think she was on painkillers, like pain medication. I think she was addicted to that. And she'd sit there and laugh maniacally and alive and, with being all backlit so you couldn't really see her facial features, and talking about going to clubs, which I think all of that was just, was this about the SWAT thing? Was this a SWAT thing, Denisha? I mean, I don't feel like if something's out there publicly, we can talk about it. We don't have to hit anybody over the head with a baseball bat. But I remember there was a SWAT thing. I never saw the video. And there was some, yes. Has it been confirmed that that was fake? I never dug into it. I'm just like, somebody explained to me why they thought it was fake, and I'm like, oh, well, that's, because at first I thought Crystal wouldn't fake a SWAT. But then the way it was described to me, maybe it was described by you, I don't remember. But, well, somebody described to me how it just cut out, like there was never, like they never heard or saw a thing. And I'm like, oh, well, she wouldn't be the first crochet content creator to fake a SWAT. There's another one that I think was fake, but she doesn't even deserve to be mentioned. Were you? Okay. That's unfortunate. That breaks my heart that she would, if that's true, then it bothers me that she would do that. Because that's not who I thought she was. Not that I feel like I know everything about her, because I don't. My impression of her is that she's sweet. She deals with, being on the spectrum. She's told us that. And she gives a lot of value. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have suspicions about that, but that is quite the extreme for people to basically they're selling out their community. They're lying to their own tribe, their own group. That kind of deception tells me that someone doesn't value who their community is, the people in their community. And that's not good. Oh yes, we have. And what's even worse is what goes on behind the scenes. What doesn't get recorded. Yeah, we have. And I'm not saying I'm a pure angel. I am not a snowy white angel, but one thing I do maintain is that the viewers are the heart of this community. They are the most important thing, and not manipulating them devalues them. Like manipulating you guys would be the lowest thing I could do on this channel. Well, I appreciate that because I mean, some viewers just really, they don't have that kind of discernment, which is too bad. I'm still kind of messing with that. Of course, a lot of viewers who don't have that kind of, they're just looking for fun and they're looking for inspiration on patterns, and so they take what they're looking for. Oh, thank you, Denisha. You have been with me since the beginning. You know, back in the beginning, I got all excited because, you know, I was watching people like Creative Grandma in their lives, and I was watching Granny D in hers, and Sandy Left is Right Crochet. And then one day it's like, I can do this from the truck. I think that would be fun. So I did it. I uploaded my first video. It took me several takes. I was so nervous. I was almost manic. It was just crazy. Oh, aren't they great? And then when I was really close to 500 or 1,000, I think I was really close to 1,000, and Sandy from Left is Right, I had gone to bed that night, and she went and like, hi Tina, she went and like campaigned for me that night and pushed me over 1,000. Good morning, Ellen. So the next morning I'm like, wow, I'm over 1,000 subscribers, and come to find out, oh yeah, I'm getting close. I should be there, you know, within a week or so. And that's all thanks to Carson. Hi, Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. Kelly's one of our Yarny socialites. Yeah, so Sandy pushed me over 1,000. She was quite the cheerleader. I called her recently, and it kind of broke my heart talking to her. I'm not sure what exactly is going on. I know her health isn't good. She hasn't been crocheting, and false growth. Yeah, I see a lot of false growth. What do you mean by false growth? I know that there have been people in the community who, there's one I'm thinking of particularly who I'm sure paid for fake subscribers. I mean, I pay a little bit each week to promote my videos. That's completely above board. And that has made a big difference. But the real difference has been Carson cutting up all my videos into shorts and then sharing them out on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And he has really been the key. So, yeah. What I think of, what's your definition of false? Mine is where they go to these little organizations ads and they pay for fake subscribers. So these people set up. He is a cutie, isn't he? Yes, and he deserves. I sent him a tip after that live, and so anytime we get super chats, super stickers, and coffee donations, that all goes to him. I know. That's really weird, Denisha. How do you think they're doing that? I think they're paying those little side businesses where what they do is they set up a bunch of fake accounts on YouTube, and when someone pays them, you know, they pay them for different levels. Do you want 5,000? Do you want 10,000? Do you want 100,000? And so this, let's say this little organization that they pay money to will go in. Good morning, Debbie. Okay, yeah, faking it. And my version of faking it is they go, and this is completely against YouTube terms, is they pay these basically these, well, there's even apps now. You can do this through an app. Someone told me, yeah, go get this app and you'll get all these subscribers. And I got to looking at the app. That is completely against YouTube policies, and it's unethical. Debbie, today I just left Mechanicsburg and I'm headed to North Carolina. Hopefully I'm headed west after that, because I need to get, I've got a debit card waiting for me in Idaho and a credit card waiting for me in Oregon. I just got my first credit card ever. I know some of you just sucked all the air out of the room. What do you mean? No, it doesn't do anything for... Yes, I am. I am far from home. It doesn't do anything for the community. And here's the thing. If you don't have organic, real subscribers, you're not getting ad watch time. You're not doing anything for yourself except bumping your numbers. YouTube is not going to push your videos just because you have more subscribers. No, the algorithm doesn't work that way. You've got to have kind of a history of organic engagement, and so that's what I'm working on. You know, subscribers who are real, who, you know, like to engage, and if I serve them, if I give them value, oh, I know, yeah, that views is way more important than subscriber numbers. But, you know, there are apps and organizations out there who will give you those too, but they're harder to do. I promote for a couple bucks every week. I promote my weekly video, and that gives me a little, that pushes it out the way YouTube would if YouTube was actually, you know, offering my video up to YouTube viewers. YouTube is not doing that. And there's a handful out there that YouTube is actually pushing videos out for. They're not doing that for me, and they're not doing that for most crochet channels. Yeah, they're doing that for Crystal. She's got longevity. She has the foundation. But I have to pay a couple bucks every week to actually push that video out. I'm afraid that's my problem. I'm afraid that's what I'm giving people is drying paint. But I'm doing my best to give information. Oh, wow. Yeah, you've got to be careful using AI for any of that stuff. Eventually YouTube will say, oh, that's fake, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You can't use AI for a lot of things. Like I use AI to help me make thumbnails. I hope nobody is bothered by that. I am not a graphic designer. So I use AI for that, and it helps me with some of my video descriptions. I don't do, like, I'm not scripted. There is no script. I write down a few bullet points that I want for my videos, and then I turn on the video. I do all my own editing. I use InShot on my phone to edit my videos. They do have an AI function that that is horrible. It makes your video look all choppy and weird. She's growling at me. Quit your growling, girl. Oh, there we go. It's hitting the wrong button. 371 miles to go until we park tonight. And I have seen, like, I'm thinking of one channel in particular. Her and her husband she had a crochet channel supposedly, and he had his own channel, and their subscriber numbers, I think, were not real. I think they paid for fake subscribers, and I think there was a lot of fakiness going on there. So I never followed them. A lot of people did. Because once you see other people, you know, it looks like they have all these subscribers. That's kind of attractive to new viewers. Like, oh, there must be something here that I might like. Well, I could be wrong, Denisha. That's why I'm not saying her name. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check them out, Kelly. Oh, I bet they're covering that. Daybell? Is that the name? Daybell? You are doing fabulous, Tina. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That's fun. I know I had subscribers before I started too, and it was just, I don't know, because that whole sub for sub thing, I threw yarn in your window. That is artificial. So is running a playlist. Yeah, if they give you something that you're looking for, that you find value, maybe inspiration for your next project, maybe they've got a tutorial you really want to try, you know, really, and they're really engaging with their community. Yes, that whole Daybell thing. I haven't kept up with it. I know they were arrested, and really from there I haven't followed it. However, Jill the Fiber Floozy, she does like a Stitch in Crime. When does she do that? Like on Friday nights? And she just goes live and they talk about different points, you know, on different current crime things that are in the news. Yeah, Jill the Fiber Floozy. I think she's changed her channel name. But I love Jill. Jill's Friday. Yes, Jill on Friday night. She is so cool. I love her. Of course, I miss it most of the time because I'm in bed. I go to bed early. That is is awesome, Denisha. Yeah, she's got the she shed. She's got a she shed that she videos from. She goes live from. She's got her dog and her husband. She is a great person to follow, you guys. Jill the Fiber Floozy. You're the one who works CSI. You're the one who's telling me it's not kind of like that TV show. That's not how things work, which I appreciate that. I don't watch it for the science. I watch it for the entertainment and the drama. Oh, wow. How long has she been uploading? How long has she been a content creator? Probably way before I ever was. Yeah. I am binge watching Miami right now. Why? Because the last time I was home, Mom was watching CSI Miami, and I looked at her and I said, great, now I've got to binge the whole, every season. Thanks, Mom. 4 to 5 years, she's great. You know who I miss? I miss Tammy Slay. Slay the day with crochet. I love Tammy. So a new Dexter show is coming out, right? It's like a sequel to the series that he already did. You don't remember Tammy Slay? I remember she was selling pecans. And oh, I wanted a bag of pecans from her. Okay, I did not get the bypass, so I'm going through here. Hang on. Oh, it's closed. Okay. It's blocked off. Well, that's nice. I never saw a sign that said it was closed. I just saw a way station sign. Okay. But all these guys flying by me, they're like, rookie, interloper. They know I'm not from around here because I don't drive up and down 81 very often. But I tell you what, I prefer 81 to the 95. Oh, I'm not on StreamYard today, so I should have shut that off after the last YarnBus live. Right? Exactly. I'm still trying to thin out the number of people. In the beginning, I'm like, okay, yeah, tip for tat, sub for sub, okay. Yeah, I can do that. And then it's like, yeah, it's kind of bumpy. After a while, it's like, I realize that's just dumb. That's artificial subscription. That is not an organic, that is not organic. So I stopped doing that. And then people were like, let's all watch each other's playlists. That is not organic. And you cannot sustain that. You need to build up a good, strong foundation in anything you do. And it's got to build. That's why it's taken me so long. Yeah, I don't run playlists. That's artificial. I run playlists if it's a playlist I want to hear, that I want to listen to. But I don't run playlists in that whole let's build each other up, which I appreciate the sentiment behind it, but the truth is it isn't a good foundation for anything. Not for your community, not for your numbers, nothing. It's not real. Wow, that's a really pretty building over there. I don't know what it is. but it's big and it's colonial with the brick and the white columns. Very pretty. I love looking at the architecture when I'm out here in the east. I love looking at the farms. It's so fun. I have too! I have been binge watching Duck Dynasty. I'm even watching their Unashamed podcast since Phil died a week ago. Week and a half, Phil died. He died on Sunday while I was at home. I mean, it's inspiring. I watched his whole, his memorial service, his celebration of life. Those guys are so funny. I tell you what, Jace is the funniest. Jace is so dang funny. Oh, we need a little air in here. I'll do it through the vents. Because otherwise it gets noisy in here. But I can smell that roast cooking. Yeah, but it is a celebration too. It's like, what were they saying when I was listening to him yesterday? He did cross the finish line. He did it. And he did it in such an amazing way. I mean, I always worry about, you know, appreciating someone and their contribution and what they've done and respecting that. And then crossing the line into worship. That I worry about that. Uncle Si is funny. He is funny. You know, they started out with videotapes called Duckmen, and then moved on to DVDs, and that's how they started out. And I didn't know that until recently. I think I heard that. Oh. I think I saw that in a video clip on his celebration of life. And he just went around all these, you know, gun shops and started selling these tapes and DVDs just one at a time. Yeah, he is so funny. Oh my goodness, he is funny. He was like the breakout star of Duck Dynasty. But yeah, they had these tapes called Duckmen, and I keep thinking I'm going to search YouTube and see if there are old Duckmen videos up. They attend my church, Church of Christ. Whoa. Exit 3. We're going to cross into, we might be going through my favorite, not favorite, least favorite way station. Oh my goodness, I can't remember if it was Virginia or West Virginia. Where I got in an argument with the gal on with the DOT officer. Because I wouldn't roll on a red light. Other way stations, like you come up to the, you know, before you roll onto the scale, there's a stop sign, and then it says pull onto scale after scale has cleared. And either it says that, or at the other end of the scale there's a red light, green light. So you stop at the base of the scale, and then when the light turns green, you roll onto the scale. Or if there's no light, you stop at the base of the scale, come to a complete stop, and then pull onto the scale. Well, at this one, there's a red light, green light at the head of the scale. There's a stop sign at the foot of the scale, and there's no sign that says, you know, pull on after. So I stop at the stop sign, and the light at the other end of the scale is red. What do you think I should do? Please tell me. What do you think I should do as a law-abiding, safe truck driver who follows directions? What do you think I did? I know. I sat there and she never turned that light green, but I could hear her. After a while, she was screaming at me at the speaker, which is at the other end of the scale, up at the head of the scale, screaming at me to pull forward. And I'm like, okay. So I get pulled forward, and I stopped at the speaker. I'm like, you want me to pull forward on a red light? That's how it works. Really. In Bizarro world, that's how that works, because in the rest of the country, that's not how that. Maybe we need to call your safety officer and have you retrained. And I go, yes, this is that one. And I go, let's do that. Oh my goodness, yeah. So hopefully I don't have to roll over that scale today. Oh my goodness. Bizarro world. But, you know, all the other trucks, they know what to do because they run up and down this freeway all the time. Not me. I'm from the rest of the world where you don't roll on a red light unless you're turning right and it's legal to do so at an intersection. Ha ha ha. She doesn't upset me. She's like, she just kind of, you know, like makes me shake my head and read and check my pulse and make sure I'm not dreaming. I bet they did. Yeah, Idaho could be pretty tough. Especially, I've had trouble at that one outside of, just east of Boise. I was headed into Boise and I rolled through that one. And it's like, I scaled when I picked up my load in Denver. And I was legal. I had a certified cat scale ticket. And he comes out, well, you're 2,000 pounds overweight on your drives. Really? I have a certified cat scale ticket. And he goes, so? Well, let me tell you something. State scales at those weigh stations are not calibrated very often. So I had to deal with him. He didn't give me a ticket though. He said, where are you going? And I said, Boise. And he said, okay. And he let me go. Where cat scales are certified, that's part of their reputation, is that they send technicians out to certify and recalibrate scales, like, I think on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Yeah, I've got my scale ticket here, so, yes, they do. But here's the other thing. My load could have shifted. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta take I've got that stuff right here, my blood orange. I gotta do my blood orange this morning. Oh, thanks for pulling out in front of me, going slow. Get up to speed, people, when you merge. You've got, look at this, he's got a half a mile, third of a mile ahead of me. Plenty of time to get your little Honda Fit rolling and not cause the truck to hit their brakes. Plenty of time. Okay. Oh, we're about ready to cross I-70. Hopefully they get me west after this low. Sometimes I gotta remind them over and over again. It is so good. I have one of these every morning. Ooh, so good. And I have energy throughout the day. Things are starting to get a little crowded up here. Dang, that stuff is good. Woo! It's like candy. Well, it's like, okay, it comes in a tube. It's a powder that comes in a tube. And you can just, like I do, I just tear off the end and I pour it in my mouth and let it dissolve. Kind of like those old pixie sticks. Remember those? Those like straws where you rip the end of the straw off and there was sugar and flavor inside of them. Kind of like that, only, you know, I'm very low carb. And this is just an extract, a powdered extract from the blood orange. And you can pour it into water and shake it up and have it as a drink. Or it's just full of vitamins and all kinds, you know, all kinds of good for you stuff. Or you just, you know, rip the end off the tube and pour it in your mouth. Let it dissolve. And it's so good. It is so good. You know, I don't, pixie sticks. Yes. And you could get a giant one, too, that was like 3 feet long. My dad used to buy me those. But now I don't eat sugar. But this does not spike my insulin, so I'm really happy with it. I do that. I take about a half a scoop of protein powder a day, that whey protein powder from the website. So I put about a half a scoop of that in my coffee every morning. And my metabolism has started, the needle has started moving. Because I've really been having a problem lately. We thought my thyroid was malfunctioning. It's not. But my doctor has me on this protein powder and this blood orange, sticking to my food, my eating plan, and, you know, just being strict on it, like I have been since December. And, plus doing some other things, she thinks my histamine levels are too high, and that, was really messing with my body. That is funny. I bet that burned. I bet their eyes watered. That is funny. That's something I would have done as a kid. I would have tried it once. And when it burned and messed up my sinuses, I would have gone back to eating the pixie sticks. Because seriously, if you're snorting it, you're not getting the enjoyment of the pixie stick. Okay, we're back up to 65. Ooh, that air feels good. I do not like the humidity over here. Holy cow. I'm not a fan of humidity. I love a semi-arid climate like Colorado and Wyoming. The snort. Oh, that's like those kids eating or snorting. What were they doing with the Tide Pods? That was just stupid. I mean, you could kill yourself doing that. That was the dumbest thing. Eating them. Ew. Yes. That's just ridiculous. Carbonated Kool-Aid. That's funny. Way station 2 miles. What state am I in? I don't even know. I think I'm either in Virginia or once. They never did it again. I bet. Okay, I think we're in Virginia. Zoom this out. Am I in? I think. Or I'm in West. Oh yeah, we're in West Virginia. Oh, man. I cannot imagine eating a whole spoonful of cinnamon. I mean, I like cinnamon. I like apple pie spices, pumpkin pie spices, but dang. You've done the cinnamon challenge? And how did that go? Was that good? I would think it would ruin cinnamon for me. Let's see, what are we doing here? Wait. This is a welcome center, but I don't know that this is the way station. I'm not sure. You still love cinnamon? I love cinnamon. What do you guys think? Is it time for you-know-who to take a you-know-what? I think it's a good idea. We're going to do that right here. Oh, Tina, tell them that's called, Words on Stream. Words on Stream. And who else does that? Mara does that. And Mara does some snail race. I wanna know what she uses for the snail race. Mara over at Mindfully Crocheted. Yeah, tell them it's it seems like I only did it when I was streaming through StreamYard, but I don't know that you have to use StreamYard, because I use StreamYard when I'm on my laptop, and isn't she sweet? I love Mara. She's another one of our Yarny socialites. And just a shout out to all you socialites. It looks like, I don't have all the details. I don't know because I'm not involved anymore. But there is going to be a Yarny social, I think the second week in October this year in, what did she say? Eagle, Idaho. So that's what's going on this year. I don't know what they're doing next year, but next year we have checked out, me and Jennifer checked out a venue in Tigard, Oregon that is fantastic. So October 2026, second weekend in October, come on out to Stitch City Crochet Summit. You guys are the first to hear the name. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay. Hey, bud, hang on. Let me check the roast. See how the roast is doing. Woo, it's hot. Okay, it's done. Woo, it's done. Okay, shut it off. Let's do that. Woohoo! Okay. I'm going to give you know who a you know what. You guys can kind of watch. Stitch City Crochet Summit. We just love that name. We're so excited. We sat there at dinner going, are you going to Stitch City? Oh, did you go to Stitch City this year? I'm going to Stitch City. We just okay, Mama Sue. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to take you guys out of my ear and go walk the dog. Hang on, buddy. I got to wait for this guy to walk by because I don't want to scare him. A lot of times these guys get scared of dogs. Look out, bud. Let's mess with the roast while we're waiting on him to get out of the way. Look at all this dog hair. He sheds worse than Dooley did. Oh my goodness. You're such a shedding little fur ball. Okay. Okay, that guy went by. I'm going to put this on up. I'm going to cut a little bit of this up. It's hot, buddy. Don't lick that. It's hot. Come on. Come on. Maybe soon our more West Coast people will be coming in. You know, we had Amy. Amy was here for a bit. I don't know if she still is. She may have fallen back asleep. Because it was 3:40 in the morning, I think she said. Okay. There we go. Slicing up some roast. Pot roast, chuck roast. I don't have you guys in my ear right now, so I'm going to have to look and see if you're saying anything. Sorry about that. Because I took you out of my ear. Roast beef. And I cook my roast beef with mustard, salt, pepper, onion, and garlic. And it is so tasty. Oh my goodness. Let me put this lid back on so that can sit while we're going down the road. And this one, my plate. Here you go, Benj. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Kelly. Hello, Gwen. Good morning, good morning. Oh, Ellen's still here. Good morning, Ellen. Okay. Time to go give you know who or you know what. We'll be right back. Come on. Stay by me. Okay, come on, bud. Ugh. That grass is wet, and it hasn't rained here in days. Yes. Okay. I'll get you guys back in my ear, and we will hit the road. This is not the way station. I'm not real sure where it's at.
Continue on the current
Let
road.
me zoom in here. Is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Okay. Certainly not going to miss it because Miss Sassy Pants, she'd come after me. Okay. You guys are back in my ear. I got roast beef to snack on. Benji's done his potty break. Oh, I said the P word. We just did that, dude. Don't you remember? Don't you remember? That's why we got off the truck. It's like, let's do it again. We'll do it again in an hour or two. Okay. We are rolling. Ellen, are you going to drive today? That is good stuff. Okay, what's everybody working on? Amy's been doing hats for charity. She says she's pretty much lost her crojo. So any ideas for hats or shawl patterns for her that you think might get her excited again? A tank top, Tina? Are you making it up as you go, or are you using somebody's pattern? Because Robin's working on a tank top. I think she's going to do... Oh! Is it Brianna K's? Yes! I think Robin's going to do a bag a day pattern. Oh, I would love for her to do one of Brianna K's. Brianna did a lot of things with that wheat stitch. What do you think of the wheat stitch? I haven't done any of her stuff. Any of her wheat stitch patterns. I think you talked about that before. That moonlit magic. Is that a shawl or a blanket? That was a blanket, wasn't it? You talked about that. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you talked about that before. I got my CB fixed up. I got to tell you guys what happened. I was in Oklahoma City. I had delivered, and so I parked that afternoon at the nearest TA. Oh yes, next year. I think we're going to do our year-long crochet along. Next year is going to be anything by Jane Crowfoot. So anyway, I ran into the building to use the bathroom, get something to eat something, and I saw that they had a little CB shop there, and I'm like, hey, you repair CBs here? And they said yes, because the little solder points, well, it's anything by Jane Crowfoot. That's what won, because I combined the two polls. I did a poll on YouTube and one on Discord, and anything by Jane Crowfoot won. So Anyway, they said yes, because every place where stuff is soldered inside the CV, you know, it shakes and it breaks loose because I'm going down these bumpy roads, right? So I don't know what this guy's doing, but speed limit's 70 miles an hour here. And mine had been shook apart. So I took it in there, I had them repair it, and then they came out to install they were mounting the antenna on my mirror. Okay, Alan. They were mounting the antenna, they just got the antenna mounted on the mirror. They had not gotten inside to hook up the CV yet, and a tornado came. Those guys hopped in the truck and ran back to the building. Benji and I were in the truck when the tornado went over all of the trucks in that TA parking lot. I was screaming. I was scared. I was just terrified. Yes, and of course Benji's shaking, and it only lasted a couple seconds. That really bad part where all the leaves from the trees just went horizontal, went completely horizontal. Oh my goodness, I was so scared. Okay, I never saw a way station. Anyway, about an hour later, those guys came back out and they finished hooking up my CV. So my CV's working again. And I've also experienced my first tornado. It was terrifying, you guys. And that wasn't a very big tornado. And it wasn't on the ground. It like went over us. All of us sitting in our trucks. But it did at the truck shop. The wind went through the truck shop there at the TA and ripped all the metal lockers off the wall and tossed them around the shop. It was awful. I don't like Oklahoma anyway. Good stuff. I don't like Oklahoma for a few reasons, but now I really don't like Oklahoma. I don't want to go back. Ever. Schaefer, there's one of my people right there. Hey, he's broke down. Sorry, dude. I think he followed me out of the yard this morning. Okay, Denisha. Thank you for coming in. I love chatting with you. Right? Yeah. I don't need to experience that again. I've been watching this show. It's from, I don't know, a few years back. It's called Undercover Underage, where this non-profit organization, they take young women you know, who are actually, they're adults, they're legally adults, but they look like they're very young. One of them poses as a 12-year-old. And they just, they set up sting operations, basically, for predators online. And they're based out of Oklahoma City. Now, there are probably just as many predators in other cities, but it's another reason. I've seen some things in Oklahoma, sexual predator type behavior in Oklahoma, that just disgusted me. And I just don't want to be there, ever. I don't want to support that state. I don't like it. And I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but I'm not going to change my mind on what I've seen there personally. So I'll do my top speed is 68. And then tonight, you guys all get the preview. I'm going to do a video for next week answering the question, come with them. Ellen, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're responding to. I think you need to refresh. That way, because I've blinked since whatever it is I was talking about. Oh, the tornado. I tell you what, it was, there wasn't time for them to invite me anywhere. Benji and I were standing outside watching the wind pick up. We were standing right in front of the truck because I had just given him a break, and all of a sudden, I mean, I have been in torrential downpours. It rained like I was born and raised in Oregon, but I have never experienced what I would call a really hard rain like I have in Colorado. In Colorado, once a year, once every other year, you get such a hard rain that lasts 5 minutes that every vehicle on the road has to pull over. Like, you are standing there like you're getting a bucket dumped on you. What hit us, like, in a split second, standing in front of my truck, it was like somebody poured a barrel of water on me and Benji. Just instantaneously. And those guys instinctively turned and ran for their truck. Benji and I turned and ran for my truck, and we were only 3 steps away from the door. I threw Benji in, and he was ready. He was like, yes, throw me in. And I jumped in, and we are both dripping, soaking wet. And it took about another 10 seconds before the tornado really went over us, and it just happened so fast.
Freak, you're holding up the middle.
Oh, you poor thing. I guess I'm not allowed to pass anybody. Fuck you. Yeah, it was. It was like a freight train. these drivers are such jerks. It's like, I'm not allowed to get in the center lane and pass anybody. If you slow down in front of me, I'm going around you. What happens when you get in the right lane, genius? You end up having to pass somebody else. That's how it works. That's why it's called the lane of least resistance, to get in the center. And that's where DOT wants us. They don't want us hanging in the right lane. So maybe you guys need to be retrained. You're going to slow down? Yep. Well, then I'm going to pass you. Your lane is ending. Oh, shut the hell up. Sorry. I'm going to be so sorry that I had my CB hooked up again. You see what we got to put up with out here? It's ridiculous. Like an IQ of 10. Some of these guys. Anyway, those guys, I don't think I mean, seriously, they would have had to load up every truck driver in the parking lot. If they had, allowed me, they probably didn't have room in their pickup. But I didn't give them any time to invite me. I grabbed Benji and, we ran for the truck. And they ran for their pickup, and Benji and I rode it out. So, tornado, done, check. Don't want to do that again. I didn't want to do it in the first place. I never wanted to be that close. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine. Ellen, I cannot imagine the power of an F5. Because this was probably an F1, I'm guessing. I saw a TikTok video of the tornado after it, touched, actually was on the ground. I think that was considered a small tornado, and it was terrifying. I guess it destroyed the gas station on right across the road from the TA. Oh great, here comes that idiot who whistled at me. I'm gonna have to threaten him. on my left, hanging out. Talk about a sexual predator. I mean, I'm 56 years old and I look like I'm 76 years old. Whatever, dickhead. Yeah, he whistled at me on the CB. Now he's got his window down and he's staring. Real genius. He thinks he's going to intimidate me. He's wrong. I don't know. He's driving a nice older truck. He's pulling a janky trailer. But yeah, he's just hanging out on my left. He's the one, I think he's the one who was complaining that I was in the center lane. He was a quarter mile behind me, like I was blocking him. I'm telling you, an IQ of 10, some of these guys. He's probably one of those serial killer truck drivers. Well, no, that guy didn't whistle at me. This guy whistled at me after I went by him. Because he was only doing 65 and I'm doing 68. Now he's decided he has to go faster than me. Now he's going to come over into my lane, and if he slows down, we'll know exactly that he's playing games. He's at 69, 68, 67. Yes, he did. Now, he's not brake checking me. I think he slowed down because his load's heavier than mine. Mine's super light. Just ignore idiots like that. No, actually, the bobtail, he just glared at me. And I screwed my fist into my eyeball like I was bawling when he went by. He didn't think that was very funny. Oh yeah, he slowed down to 63. Well, I'm going to pass him. That's probably what he wants. And you guys were live with me in Nevada when that one guy ran me off the road because I wasn't going fast enough. It's like these guys make up their own rules. This isn't nice, but when I go by him, my thumb and forefinger are going to be about an inch apart. There we go. Sorry, I can't help it. And there he goes again. I don't know what he thinks. Like I'm supposed to be flattered. I'm not. Yep, whistling at me again just to be a dickhead. Just ignore that crap. He whistled at me again when I went by. Yeah, many of you were in the live with me when that guy ran me off the road in Nevada because he thought I should have been doing 40 miles an hour through the parking lot of the Loves. And of course, whatever, I think the wind blows and that guy has a crush on someone. Now he's keeping up with me. There he goes again. Thinking about calling the cops on him. Weird. And I tell you what, in Virginia, this is West Virginia, I believe no, I think we crossed into Virginia. In Virginia, I've had some really weird behavior. This young guy in a pickup truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up in this rest area.
Good for you, I'm not. Last time I was on this road, here in Virginia, I will if he continues to follow me. No, he's not. So far, all he's doing is he complained. Yeah. He complained that I was in the center lane.
Blowing up and down.
Which is where I'm supposed to be. And then he started whistling at me. That's all he's done so far. Well, and passing me and then slowing down. Looks like he gave up. And he did not go into the rest area. But anyway, last time I was on this road, southbound in Virginia, a guy in a pickup truck, a young guy, got up next to me. Yeah. I tell you what, if I pulled into the rest area and he followed me, I'd put that guy in the dirt. I am trained to put that guy in the dirt, and I will do it. So anyway, this guy in his pickup was pacing me to my left, and he's looking over at me, grinning from ear to ear, and he's waving at me. Weird. Thanks, Tina. I got you. I won't let anything happen to you. Yeah, just grinning, and he paced me for about 2 minutes, looking at me, grinning and waving at me. Just weird. You know what? We make up probably 40% of the workforce right now. He just thinks he's being funny. I don't know what was up with that guy in the pickup. That was just I'm telling you, that guy was weird. And here's what I find about a lot of the men. I'm not going to say all men. Yes, there are a lot more. The men I run into, whether they're driving truck or driving a pickup or whatever, they think we want them. Like 24/7, we just want them to pay attention to us. No, I don't. I want you to get out of my life. Get out of my head. Get out of my lane. I am so happy being single. I've never felt so sane in my life. Completely clear-headed and sane. Because I do not have a man in my life. It is pure bliss not to have a man in my life. And they will hear that, a lot of these guys, and they're like, challenge accepted. Seriously. Like, that's right. They think they're going to be the one, that they are so special. This particular man is so special, he's going to change my mind. Not happening, bud. And I'm coming from, you know, in my younger life, I would completely lose my mind over some guy who has never made me any promises, and I just gave it up for him because I thought promises were implied. And I let myself be fooled like that over and over again. But since my husband died, I have absolutely, that is a complete 180 reversal for me. Not interested. I mean, I don't know how to put a bigger exclamation point on the end of that phrase. I am so happy being single. Now I'm getting hiccups. Okay, we're in Virginia now. We should be coming up on my very favorite, least favorite way station. This ought to be fun. I guess that guy decided that 65 miles an hour was preferable, and the fuel savings at 65 miles an hour is preferable to harassing me any longer. He's probably a serial killer. I just got done, well, a couple months ago, I listened to an audiobook called Long Haul, and this former FBI agent turned novelist wrote this book called Long Haul. And what he did was, he's a retired FBI agent, and he knows that Interstate 40 is like home to a lot of serial killers. And a lot of them are truck drivers. Like, there are active serial killers who are that they know are truck drivers, they just don't know who they are, that work mostly back and forth between the coasts on Interstate 40, because Interstate 40 is the largest body dump in the country. They find more bodies along Interstate 40 than anywhere else in the country. And he thought it was truck drivers, you know, like the highest percentage of serial killers going along Interstate 40 or anywhere are truck drivers. Well, through his research and through writing this book, he found out that it's not, truck drivers do not make up a majority of serial killers. Serial killers across the board are mostly, the highest percentage are in any kind of blue-collar job because it pays the bills, but it lets them stay kind of below the radar, right? Where, you know, someone making more money, they're more visible, I guess, socially. But there are several truck driving serial killers actively working right now in the country, but there are also just as many serial killers in other positions working in the country right now. So what he found out was it's not just truck drivers. There is no, serial killers don't find some advantage to being a truck driver over other blue-collar jobs. I think it's because they're male. Sorry, I promise no male bashing, but the way men think, most men think, just astonishes me. They got one thing on their mind. And they think that's all we have on our minds too. Anyway, it was a good book. The author actually rode with a flatbedder for a week. That flatbedder better hope I'm never standing in front of him, because I'll put him in the ground. Come on, Cadillac. It's a pretty color. My friend Joe, he works for J.B. Hunt out of Ohio, right? He used to work for May Trucking Company. Okay, story time. So yesterday, I get a text from him out of the blue that says, hey, the company's going to train me for, I think he said 2 weeks, to start working their flatbed division. And I go, you don't have the work ethic to be a flatbedder, because flatbedders work so much harder than us dry vanners or even reefer drivers. Okay, I'm within 5 miles of my favorite, not favorite way station. Okay, and I said, and besides, you're not a serial killer. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. Well, first he said, I told them that I don't want to work that hard, and then they showed me how much money I would be making. So he used a very colorful phrase, but he basically shut up at that point. And then I was on the phone with him. I'm like, look, you not only do not have the work ethic to be a flatbedder, you don't have the work ethic to be a serial killer. He's like, whoa. Serial killing is not all that hard. I don't know. I think some of these guys they're really methodical about what they do. Nah. Oh my goodness. It was a funny conversation. Have a good day. Yep, one more time, let's see. Yay, you win. He was nice to you because you're leaving. Oh, Niles. Hi, Barbara. What are you working on? Welcome in. Oh, yeah. The definition of a freight shaker. Well, and I think that would really... See, I have my Bluetooth on, and the text is being read to me via AI, my AI program, into my Bluetooth in my ears. So, yeah, I'm driving a 25 Freightliner, but an older Freightliner, I mean, I know what you mean. The true definition of a freight shaker. Nothing right now, Barbara. What do you need to be inspired to do? A hat, a scarf, a blanket, a basket. I might be doing baskets next month. I think I might do that basket video next month. What are we doing this month? Market bags. June is market bags. Okay, way station coming up. Oh, we got the bypass. Darn. Darn, I don't have to deal with that lady at this way station. This is the worst way station in the country for me right now. I haven't dealt with anything worse. Even the California way stations. Ah! Darn, I don't get to talk to my new friend. Yep, that's the one. It's got a stop sign, and then it's got a red light. Yep. And they want you to roll on when the light is red. No sign that says pull forward after coming to a complete stop. Just a stop sign. So I stop at the foot of the scales, wait for the light to turn green, and it never does. And then she screams at me. Nice, Barbara. Very nice. Here in the next week or so, we might have time for a sit and stitch. A live sit and stitch in the evening. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, night transportation. They're governed at 65. I'm going to come around him as soon as it's clear. I'm starting to get cold.
In 1 3/4 miles, right to I-81 South.
Okie dokie. Doesn't split. Hopefully this lane stays on I-81 South and I don't have to scramble over to the right lane to stay on this freeway. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're good. 81 south towards Roanoke. You know what? I used L.O.C. this morning to take a bath. Like, I needed a bath because it was a sweaty night. It's just humid out here. It is humid and I don't like it. So I took my, you can buy L.O.C. in the jug, Or you can buy it in individual wipes that have a tiny, tiny little bit of L.O.C on them. And that's what I have on the truck right now. Well, I do have a jug too. But, no, I gave that jug to Kenny.
Continue on I-81.
No one will stay on this. Anyway, I cleaned myself up. I cleaned myself up with one of those L.O.C wipes. And then I used, because you don't want to leave soap on your body, right? Not that this stuff would hurt you. But then I used I have those dude wipes. That was a nice bath this morning. I'm telling you. Oh, great. Now I'm still dealing with him. I hope he's whistling at someone else now and leaving me alone. Hope he's harassing someone else. Maybe she'll run him off the road. Maybe she has less patience than I do. That's not saying much because I don't have. I know. There he goes again. Hopefully that wasn't meant for me. Hopefully. Maybe he's whistling at some guy. I don't know. Don't care. But that guy thinks everybody wants to pay attention to him. And I'm sure you couldn't convince him otherwise. There he is again. He's whistling a Benji, yes. I can't even see him back there. I mean, he's got, a really nice antenna. I imagine he's got a powerful radio. Oh, you won! Barbara, I've been dealing with another truck driver this morning. He did not try to run me off the road, but I think he thought that I needed him for a date. And it's kind of hard to convince him. You know what? Some women just aren't interested, dude. Some men just never get the hint. The whistling weirdo from West Virginia. You got it. You got it. That's what we'll call him. I'd really like to go around this guy. He's doing, what, 60? In a 60? I want to do 62, dude. Oh, I think he's speeding up. No, he's not. He's still doing 60. Well, it is a construction zone, so I don't want to push it too much. Virginia isn't for lovers. Virginia is for weirdos. Including their DOT officers. Yeah. With Jesus. I am married to the king, dude. I don't need you. Don't get crazy, Dina. It is a construction zone. That's the end of it right ahead. Yeah, the whistling weirdo from West Virginia. We only have 288 miles to go, which is what? 5 hours? It'll be 5 hours with our rest break. So we'll get parked early, but we can't deliver until morning. So we're parking. Maybe I will do a live drive tonight. I do have to do a little bit of bookkeeping, and I need to do my next video, which, spoiler alert, it's going to be about one of the number one questions that beginners ask is, what is the best yarn and hook for a beginner crocheter? And I'm going to be super specific. I'm going to give those beginners the exact yarn and the exact hook. Which is good for crochet instructors too. They should know this. And suck all the air, get ready to suck all the air out of the room, but teaching someone to do a granny square in the beginning is not a good practice. I used to think you started out with a single crochet dishcloth. Cotton sucks for beginner crocheters. And beginner crocheters even worsted weight with an H or an I hook? Nah, no. Big fat yarn, big fat hook. Just like when we learned how to write in the first grade. We had a big fat pencil, and we had those lined pages. Big wide lines. It's the same premise. So what do we got to do to get you? What are we going to suggest to motivate Barbara? You know, this year our year-long, crochet buddy project. You know what, Tina? I started the exact same way. I started the exact same way, and it was not the best way to start. And the experts agree that is not the best way to start. You know, you and I persevered through, and many people do. They persevere through starting out just like that, and that's great. But a lot of people get blown out immediately. You know, we are the exception to the rule, because that's just who we are, right? Yeah, I was pretty much in the same boat. Pretty much the same. Yep. We are the exception to the rule. Normally you start somebody out with a granny square and they get blown out of crocheting. My belly's full.
Glad your dumbass is going north.
Now he's talking to somebody going north. That's his voice. He's still back there somewhere. I just don't see him. He's got a radio that gets out there quite a ways, which is illegal, but I'm not in any position to talk. Mine's, let's just say it's tweaked and peaked. But he's got a better antenna than I do. It's a $75 antenna. I didn't go with, bottom of the barrel, but I couldn't afford the $250 antenna, which someday I might put that on there, but we'll see. So what can we motivate everybody with? The idea of a shawl pattern, an amazing blanket done in squares and different size squares, because Wool Thread Paint is a great website to find that kind of blanket, which I want to do that so bad. But you know what I'm thinking of doing is giving my mom the fruit garden, because she seems to really like it. And then I will do a Persian tiles next year, and I'll block it out correctly. I'll do the finish work just perfectly, and then sell that one. I do have my granny crop cardigan for sale for $2,500. But part of the problem is, I mean, yeah, a lot of people are going to balk at that price, of course. But there are some that won't. The real problem is, it's June. Oh, I don't know, Tina. You may not like my colors. You may not like my colors, the colors I pick out. Because I'll be going to, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Wool Warehouse, and I'm going to pick out the Stylecraft Naturals Cotton and Bamboo. And I'm going to look at the colors of some other Persian tile blankets and find a color combination that I like. Ooh, turquoise. So what kind of yarn are you going to use? See, and we can do anything. You don't have to do a whole blanket. You can do a wrap, a DK, okay. You gonna do acrylic? Acrylic blankets are practical, very practical. Oh, okay, you're going to use what you have. Gotcha. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, Tina, she... I love her, and I love her blankets. And what is she doing right now? She's doing the Havana Cal, and she just grabbed all, I think she's doing 3-weight in all her scrap yarns, and she doesn't care what the fiber content is. No, I have no idea. I haven't done a deep dive into it yet. I have the pattern, but I haven't done that deep dive, because my next blanket is going to be the barn quilt sampler Afghan. And as soon as I get this vest designed, lists for when you move. Okay. When are you moving? Lists like to-do lists for moving, or lists like project lists for after you get moved? Oh, now I'm thinking about those next two blankets, the Persian tiles and the barn quilt sampler Afghan. Okay, stay on task, Dana. Don't get excited. So I started to get excited. I was starting to think about doing a practice square on the barn quilt blanket. Woosah, Dana, relax. Oh, I see. Okay. There you go. Relax, Dana. I have to finish designing this next project. I've got to get it done at least so that I can wear it as a flock. I'm getting ready to book my hotel room at Flock in Seattle, the Seattle area. Because Robin and I are going to Flock. I'm thinking Elle might go to Flock too. Elle is another one of our Yarny socialites. I'm hoping she goes to Flock. But Kelly, oh, Kelly left. I was going to say, Kelly, you need to go to Flock. Meet us at Flock. Susan, oh, Susan. She's just right down the road. I'm going to contact Susan. Let's go to Flock. I think she's, wait a minute, I think we had this conversation when I was live from the Yarn Bus. I think Susan, oh, Kelly, you're back. You need to travel to Seattle in August. I'm just saying. You need to go to Flock with us. The Flock Fiber Festival. We have picked out a hotel and we are going to Flock. It's me and Robin, and I think Elle. You remember Elle with the with that sweet service dog? She might go. I think Susan, who was also at the Yarny Social, I think I got to contact her. I got to text her today. Don't let me forget, you guys, to text Susan about going to Flock. Mama Sue's back too. Welcome back, everybody. I think we lost Amy. Ellen had to go do Ellen things. Excuse me, pardon me, Prime. I'm passing you, excuse me, pardon me. Coming through. That's one company I would never drive for. I found my forever company. I really do. I think I found the one. Let's just say so far so good. And all the other drivers I talk to, they've been with this company for decades. They do not leave. They have a low turnover rate, so it's not perfect, but so far it's things I can live with. Yeah, now I'm excited. I gotta finish that vest. Maybe I'll work on that vest in a live sit and stitch this evening. What do you guys think about a live sit and stitch? Tonight or tomorrow night, because I'm going to get into this place in about 5 hours, and I got to do next week's video, the right yarn for beginners, yarn and hook for beginners. Yeah? You'll be there, Tina? Cool. We'll see how it works out, because I got to get a couple things done. My Franklin planner is back there all updated with today's prioritized daily task list. The padiddle. Everybody remember that word, padiddle. The prioritized daily task list. I didn't make that up. That's somebody else made that up. It was in the training videos. The guy teaching the Franklin class calls it the padiddle. The padiddle. It's not always that easy to say. P-D-T-L. Padiddle. Okay, Tacoma, are you gonna... She's not even looking in her mirror. You're welcome to use all that road in front of you. She wasn't even looking in her mirror. at how fast I was coming up on her. That's the real pandemic right there. Bad mergers, bad drivers. We're 140 miles from Roanoke, Virginia. I'm kind of thinking that's where that weirdo, the grinning weirdo in the pickup was at. Because we had like 4 lanes. And I was in lane number 3 or 4. You know, you count lanes from the center, from left to right. And I was in lane like 3 or 4. And he was right next to me, grinning and waving. Yes, Kelly. And I would rather deal with native Idahoans than any of these other drivers. Native Idahoans. Not the newcomers. And I am not a native Idahoan, so don't let me pretend like I am. I was born and raised in Eastern Oregon. Heck, I went to college at Treasure Valley. Horse production was my major. I finally realized that was dumb, and I went back to Portland Community College and went for business degree. So, yeah. What gets me, Kelly, is all those transplants who are on their bikes and they're lane splitting. They're flying in between cars going down the freeway. First of all, that's illegal in Idaho. Oh, they still want to, Kelly. They just can't logistically get it done. They want to become Southwest Idaho. And I don't blame them. Southern Oregon and Northern California want to become their own state, the great state of Jefferson. Northeastern Colorado tried to become its own state a while back because they don't want places like Denver and Colorado Springs dictating to them out in northeastern Colorado, which I like northeastern Colorado. I might move out there. Yeah, they still want to. I still see references to that when I'm down in Medford. Yeah, Medford all the way up. And Ontario, Oregon and Baker City, Oregon fight over the title of being the capital of Eastern Oregon. So at one time they were even talking about becoming their own state. Yeah, I went to college right there in Ontario. That was my first college. Then I realized, yeah, I'm going to go back to Portland and get up and chase after business. Then I got a bookkeeping certificate. Then I became a truck driver. Okay, here comes the stator. I'd like to go around this truck, but the stator is kind of hanging out next to me. Sorry, Stater, but Virginia is for weirdos. Lots of weirdos here. Here and Oklahoma. But I think I would like to explore Virginia because there's so much history here. Yes, there's history in Oklahoma, but I don't know if I can get over the things I've seen in Oklahoma on people's behavior. And I don't understand the social dynamic there. It's just weird. But I would like to explore, you know, the 13 colonies. I want to explore all 13 of those states. Like, I was thinking of doing it in order of their statehood, which I think, which one was number one? Vermont? Was Vermont the first state? I saw it in a Nitty Natty video once. I haven't watched Nitty Natty in a long time. I'm sorry, Kelly. That would be the pot calling the kettle black. However that's said. Yeah. The things I've seen, I cannot repeat here publicly. They're that awful and explicit. Benji boy, you are such a good boy. Yes, you are. Where are we at on our clock here? We could go a little longer. We'll need to take you-know-who for another you-know-what here before too long. See, Shenandoah Caverns. That's what that sign says. You know, I want to explore some of this. I want to follow, along. I don't necessarily need to see Civil War reenactments. I can't see myself getting into that. I would like to kind of follow along, the pathways of, the Civil War. And I look at these areas down here where these battlefields were, and I think, how on earth did they have battles in these? Like, I was in Pennsylvania, and I know I believe some battles were fought, like Revolutionary and Civil War battles were fought in Pennsylvania. And I look at that covering. The trees aren't very tall, but they're thick, and they just coat. I mean, out west we have pine forests and fir forests, and you can see a little bit in those compared to, you cannot look ahead and see an army marching. Like, I can see 5 miles ahead of me over to that mountain over there, but you couldn't see anybody coming. What a mess to, have a war in. I just can't imagine how they did that. So that fascinates me when I look at some of this countryside. You can't see very far. I like being able to see. I like wide open spaces. I like watching the storms come in from the west. I love that. I think it'd be interesting to follow the path of the states, in order of them becoming states. I also would like to follow, and check out places where the Spaniards came up, and eventually, South Americans, Mexicans came up from the south and settled in places like California, New Mexico, Arizona. and follow some of the history that, you know, happened there, because it wasn't just the Native Americans that we stomped on. It was also the other people that were already here, which was the Spanish and the Mexicans. That's horrible. That is horrible. The beep. How fast are you going, little car? 67, 66. I think if I can, I'm going to try to creep past this one, because the speed limit is 70, and I don't think that car... Virginia Museum of the Civil War. Okay, I would like to see that. I would like to drive in there and check out that museum. I love American history. And how were they chiding you? Like, I see the fact, you know, that it's probably, I don't know if it was just a thought in the artist's head or if it was of an actual man who was hung by these actual people. Okay, that gives it a little bit of validity, you know, that it was an actual event. But otherwise, why paint that? Why? Documentation on actual events, yes, but some of that stuff is so horrific it should never be called art. I don't think we should honor it by calling it art. I do not honor a lot of the history in my own area. I mean, yes, it's factual, but turning it into art? No. No. Those people are weird. I'm sorry. I think Oklahoma is weird. I really wanted to like Oklahoma. That's borderline gaslighting. Like, that's what they're honoring. There's no reason to go back, Kelly. It hasn't gotten any better. And there are still tornadoes there, so. I have a friend who, she was one of my horse riding students in Idaho. And her family convinced her to move with them to Oklahoma. Like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know, maybe longer. I mean, they were living out in Caldwell. And I was talking to her the other day because she lives down in the Norman area. I said, I don't ever want to be here. It's not just the tornadoes. The tornadoes are bad enough. But I don't understand the social dynamic here, because I couldn't think of a better word to describe what I have experienced from those people. I don't get their sense of humor. I don't like what I've seen. You have family in Norman? I am sorry for them. It's pretty there, there's no doubt about it. But she goes, there is no social and there is no dynamic. Like, okay. Okay. You know, in Eastern Oregon, we got some pretty awful, historical events too. But we don't honor that history. I think it's fascinating to learn about history all over the country. I'm not going to honor things that are just awful. Even California, I would like to explore. There's a lot of history in California that I would like to explore. I want to go to Yosemite. Especially Northern California. Really, Mama Sue? That's how I feel. I've been there a handful of times and I'm just not interested. Goodness. That is weird, and I'm not sure that's legal. I'm not sure how he got away with that. Because transporting a body, there are rules and regulations about that. Yeah, there's that. I'm surprised the funeral home allowed him to take her out of there at all. Because I remember dealing with my husband's death. There are rules. Pretty out here. So Kelly, are you going to the Yarny Social this year? See, and I want to explore all of those, Amy. I want to go to them all. I'd like to see Yosemite because of the history. Are you going? Good. Have they started selling tickets yet? I think they're close if they haven't. Okay. Well, I've heard of Sequoia. Yeah, I want to check out all those places. I'll let this guy pass, and then I'm going to try to pass this guy in front of me. He's doing 65. He might speed up after we get up the hill. But I think you know who needs a you know what. I've heard of that one. Yeah, I want to check them all out. I want to check out Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe isn't #1 on the list, but I'd like to see it, you know, like on my way to someplace more interesting. Like, I've been over Donner Pass many times. Oh my goodness. The whole Donner story is just so awful. I've seen lots of, you know, shows and documentaries about it. And it's all because some guy wrote a book saying that this southern trail, this Donner, I don't know what they called it. It was like the southern, I don't know, California trail. It wasn't the California trail, but it was like a southern version, a southern route of that, or something, a different route. Yeah, see, I would like to go to these places in the off season. I don't need perfect weather. But anyway, he wrote this book about this route that he really hadn't researched. And it resulted in the Donners deciding to make the split there in Wyoming. I think it's like Fort Bridger where they make the split, where they go, I don't know, somewhere in Wyoming. I'm in Virginia. Virginia is for weirdos.
The hill's out the left lane back in this hole up.
That's that same guy. He's complaining because the left lane is all backed up. It's a good thing you're out here directing traffic. Loser. No, he didn't like that.
They look in the mirror, they'd see like almost a mile of cars behind them. They might believe they're in the wrong fucking lane.
I think we'll all get there just fine.
Oh wow. It's just not very considerate. I don't know if it's a four-wheeler or truck or what it is.
I don't give a rip, Morgan. Anyway, this guy wrote this little book about this other route, and he hadn't researched it, and it resulted in all those people dying and becoming their winter food. Surviving. A few survived. I was in Wyoming once at Point of Rocks. They have this book called the Donner Family Cookbook. And yes, I think that's funny. At the time, I mean, the whole story is horrific. Yes, it was supposed to be a shortcut. It was supposed to be an easier route than the one that... There's my boyfriend again. There's my boyfriend whistling at me again. It's the same guy.
Thank you, driver. Thank you very much.
Oh, he is so creepy. Oh, he is such a creep. Well, my boyfriend hasn't gone away yet. He needs to go to jail. It is...
Ain't got no panties on.
I don't even know what he said that time. Oh, I think he said ain't got no panties on. That's a trucker thing.
That's your line, driver. That's your line.
That's a trucker
You
thing.
got panties on. Maybe on your head even, but I bet you got some.
That's been going on for decades before I started driving truck. Talking about not having any panties on. They're just so classy. Classy people. You know, why don't I marry a truck driver? They're so classy. They're so... They're all creeps. Mama Sue. Creeps. Somebody asked me once, why don't you marry a truck driver and then you guys can be team drivers and you can crochet while he's driving? I would stab him in the eye with a crochet hook. That's why. Oh. You know what? I don't know, Kelly. It's something truckers have been saying for decades. Heck, even Tony Justice in one of his songs says, I ain't got no panties on. So it's a trucker thing. I don't know what it means, and I don't care. I mean, I appreciate some of the old ways when it comes to trucking. I don't appreciate that kind of crap. Just a bunch of truck driving serial killers. all of them need to go to prison. Hello, Crete. Everybody wave at Crete. Oh, I'm sorry, Estes. Now you want to speed up? That guy wasn't very considerate himself. Pass him again. He's going to try to pass me going up this hill, and he's going to clog up the left lane. But I'm not going to get on the CB and cry about it. I'll just let him hang out there, and so everybody can see what a dork he is. At some point, I am going to pass this rolling parking lot right ahead of me. Car hauler. Come on, Estes. You can do it. I'm going to let him. I'm going to let him go by. So he's not clogging up the left lane. So that other guy doesn't cry about it anymore. Everybody can be happy. Happy, happy, happy. There, see, there's Phil Robinson coming out right there. Happy, happy, happy. Virginia. Oh my goodness. You do hear more guys talking on the CB out here in the east than you do in the west. All I want it for is for traffic conditions. Like, nobody needs to hear you crying about the guy clogging up the left lane. Because you're not going to change it. It's not going to change. It's like making a Facebook post about something that is morally wrong. You're not changing anything. All you're doing is feeding everybody's bad feelings. You know, I keep looking at those shuttle buses. I would really like to take about a 28 to 30 foot shuttle bus and convert it into a camper and get rid of the yarn bus. What do you guys think? Wouldn't that be a great yarn bus? I need to sell that yarn bus. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I like having my own space when I'm home, but I can't even use it. I mean, you could drive it around, but it's been sitting for so long, a lot of things crack and break. Thank you, driver. Let me over. And I would rather have something that isn't 34 feet long. I want something, 30 foot, between 28 and 30 foot, so I can find parking for it, so I can take it places. I mean, I have driven the yarn bus 34 feet. I'm running in 75 feet all day long, but I like the idea of being able to find more parking. Because the thing with this truck is I can't find parking in this. But in most malls and grocery stores and parking lots, I can get into that with a 28 or 30 foot rig. Easy. But not with a 34 foot. I can get in more places with the motorhome than I can with the truck. But okay, here's an excellent example. There's Buc-ee's. There's Buc-ee's right there on my left. No trucks allowed. Boo, Buc-ee's. Boo. Cars can get in and out of any parking lot in the country. But not trucks. motorhomes are not allowed to spend the night there. Okay, well, we're now in construction speed. So now I'm going to slow down and let Estes go by because he's not going to slow down to 60. Fine. So I've been dealing with Estes, trying to get her. I've asked him once, and he made that difficult, and now he's going to do his same 65 in a construction zone. I'm not a fan. Just not a fan of you, dude. So I could have easily gotten a ticket if I wanted to continue to pass him, and then I just slow down in front of him, and then he'd pass me again. Because he's not going to, see, he's not going to mind the construction speed limit. Have a nice day, Estes. Hope I don't have to deal with you again. I love these farms out here. They have all these grain silos. I love the grain silos. And you would think there would be some barn quilts out here, but I haven't seen one. Well, even Crete, he wants to with his satellite dish on top of his truck. Oh, we're all hitting the brakes, Crete. Here comes Crete on my left side. Everybody wave. Bye, Crete. I just thought of something. When that driver started whistling again on the CB, I bet he was whistling at that Crete thinking it was me. That guy's like, what the heck? Why is that guy whistling at me? Yeah. Little things to keep us entertained. Is my chat stuck again? Yes. Chat was stuck. Oh boy, it's time for a you-know-what. I can't say it out loud because somebody will dang near jump in my lap while I'm trying to drive. These lanes are narrow and bumpy. Oh, I really want to get that vest done so I can start on the barn quilt. I have not seen a barn quilt since I left Nebraska the other day. I saw one barn quilt in Nebraska. Of course, I saw those hex sign things in Pennsylvania. That doesn't do it for me. Saw lots of those. I'd rather see barn quilts. But I saw a really nice one in Nebraska the other day along Interstate 80. Oh, that coffee tastes good. That's the end of that for today. They do speak English. Why not earbuds? What does earbuds mean? Is that what you said? Earbuds? So earbuds, you put earbuds in when you do his walk? Oh, okay. What kind of podcast do you listen to? Ooh, history. What kind of history? Like, who do you listen to? What do you listen to? Oh, history. I think we're going to pull off at this rest area. You know who's going to get a little piece of roast beef right there. Oh, yeah, that was tasty. Check that out. Sometimes I listen to books. Betty Hechtman, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She does the crochet series, Hooked on Murder stories. They're nice. They're cute. They don't go into, details that I don't need to hear. They're not like a romance novel, and they're not gory. I like them. They're very vanilla. I think I'm going to end the live. I may or may not go live tonight. I think I'm going to shoot for going live tonight. And do a sit and stitch. I think I'll do a live sit and stitch tonight. I'll try. And I'm probably going to check out those Dark History and History Uncovered, you said. Let me see. Oh, I bet I can read it now. Yes. Bailey Sarah. Okay. Where do you listen to podcasts on? Because I don't listen to podcasts. I don't have like a podcast app on my phone. I better go off duty. I'll before I start driving, I'll go through my subscriptions on YouTube and I'll put the Spotify. Okay, I'll check it out. So I put all these videos. Thanks for coming in, Mama Sue. I put all these videos in my, watch later playlist. And then I just listen to them going down the road. Even crochet tutorials. I don't need to watch those. I visualize it in my head. I know some of because if I was watching those, the colors would distract me. I'm really into colors. So, like Tina's videos, she starts talking about all these colors. I want to see that, so I don't put that on my watch later list. Things that I can just listen to, like vlogs. But I think it'd be cool to get into podcasts. I think there's a whole world that I'm missing there that I'd really like to tap into. So, thanks, Kelly. That curtain just keeps moving, huh, Benji? Poke, 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 poke. Okay, I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I'll see you guys. I'll go live tonight. Do a sit and stitch. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye. Yes, Benji. Yes. We're